Welcome back to my channel. This is Fran Talks Facts, where I explained world events in simple, clear language. Let's talk about the global tension around the Strait of Hormuz, a key route for world oil supply. President Trump is asking countries to help reopen it and ease pressure on the global economy. Most U.S. allies are saying no. Germany flat out rejected the idea, and Japan and Australia said they're unlikely to send ships. Britain and France are still watching the situation, but said they won't make any moves until the fighting stops. Germany's defense minister said, "What can a few European ships do that the U.S. Navy can't?" He added, "This isn't our war." Trump warned over the weekend, any country refusing to help, we will remember. He even said NATO's future could suffer if partners don't step up. The White House says Trump keeps talking to allies for support. Meanwhile, Iran has threatened any vessels crossing the strait without its approval, and that's sending oil prices even higher. Before the war, about 20% of global oil passed through the strait. Now it's mostly shut down. Many in Europe blames Trump's tough diplomacy, saying that he's using U.S. power to pressure others into following his lead. European countries rely heavily on energy moving through that route. Since the Ukraine war, their energy prices have already spiked. They were especially upset when Trump briefly lifted sanctions on Russian oil exports. But his influence on Europe isn't what it used to be. Last year, Europe agreed to raise their defense spending and trade with the U.S. Now they're pushing back, especially after the U.S. pulled aid from the Ukraine. Europe decided to keep supporting Ukraine on its own. Britain Prime Minister Keir Starmer first refused to let the U.S. use UK bases to attack Iran. Trump fired back on social media and said the U.S. doesn't need late joiners. A few days later, the UK softened its stance, saying it's open to working with the U.S. and other partners, but no decision yet. French President Macron has already sent some ships to the region, but says they'll only act after the fighting stops. The EU ministers met recently and decided not to expand their naval patrols for now. None of them want to go actively into war. Some experts say that Europe should work with Trump and not against him, but in a way that keeps Washington aligned with global goals. They argue that limited support can help Europe keep influence over U.S. decisions. In the end, most European leaders agreed that the strait must reopen, but not at the cost of being dragged into another war. Should Europe risk getting involved to reopen the straits, or wait until after peace talks have begun? This reporting was according to the Wall Street Journal. Please like and subscribe so you can have more updated information what's going on around the world, and also this will help my channel to grow. Thank you for watching. Stay safe.